My name is Julia Stellings, and I created a new channel called The Little Enlightened One because I was told by my guides a very long time ago when I was 18 years old that that's my nickname on the other side. I also run a Gnostic study group on Facebook called Queen AZNA. Now, there has been many cultures that embrace a female goddess as the mother of creation. But since the creation of the Catholic Church, for thousands and thousands of years, her identity and her power and her strength and our love for us has been sadly forgotten. So in this video, I want to tell you an amazing story. When I was 19, and it was about April, I was in a horrible state of mind. I was depressed. I was growing up in a home that was somewhat abusive. I had a severe disability, cerebral palsy, and I didn't feel like I belonged in society. I didn't have any friends. And again, I was being abused in my family of origin, and it made me feel like no one loved me and no one truly cared about me. And one day, I came across a website, and it had Sylvia Browne on it, and it said, how to join a Gnostic study group. Although it sounded weird and foreign, something in my heart started sparking into joy. Something felt right about it, and I couldn't let it go. I ordered all the Journey of the Soul books from Sylvia Browne, and I started to learn about AZNA. But the problem is, I don't believe anything unless I can see it for my own eyes. I worried that learning about AZNA, Mother God, a woman who, by merging with Father God, our divine parents created us, her children. And although it made sense to me because in the Bible it says, we are made in the image of God, male and female. It doesn't make sense that we only have a father if the females in creation are the ones that create and give birth to life. So it never made sense to me. So on one dark night of the soul, and I mean it was a dark night, I was praying to God and saying the most unbelievable and unacceptable things to the Creator of God, to the Creator of us. I said, you can't be real. I'm just believing in another cult. A loving God would never create a place like Earth. It's full of violence and war and death and suffering. Why would any loving God create a place like this and watch her children suffer day in and day out? You are not God. You are the devil. And as I said that, I suddenly came out of my body. And yet, I didn't even realize I was out of my body because it felt so natural. And it felt so right. My body felt like a thing that was just there. and the soul that rose up felt like the person I truly was. I was now floating towards a golden rock that had AZNA carved into it, because now I realize at my age and how fragile I was, I could not withstand seeing her in person or seeing an actual visual of her. So she thought, maybe I can carve my likeness and image in a golden rock, and that will be enough for her. Well, still, I was scared shitless. The rock was beautiful, by the way. The rock was a golden color that I cannot describe. It does not exist on this earth. It glowed. It had life to it. And she almost went to the side like this. And she loves her hair, not curly, but wavy. And so her hair was nice and wavy, and she was smiling. And there was this big body mirror, and she directed me towards the body mirror. I was effortlessly floating, like I always knew that this was the real me, and the body lying next to me was just a vehicle I used in this life. And so I went to the body mirror, and I realized she was trying to say, you are a reflection of me on earth. I wasn't special. We all are reflections of her on earth. And I was starting to get very scared. I'm like, what if I can't get back into my body? Why am I out of my body? And then I started having all these funny thoughts. I thought when you're finally out of your body, you're this magnificent thing who is your higher self and your true self, and you're a part of God, and you're bigger and you're brighter. But I was just the same old me. Nothing had changed. And I thought that was really weird. And so I ran back to my body in utter fear. And then I heard the most comforting, motherly words in my right ear. And she said, please remember that I will be with you always. And then I got psychic chills. And psychic chills are when you hear spiritual truth for over 2 hours. While I was having those psychic chills, my mind was racing with thoughts and analyzing and thinking. For example, why does God's voice sound normal? I thought God's voice was something that we could not hear, touch, or understand, that we could not grasp, that could not be a voice. Kind of like Alanis Morissette in Dogma. Alanis Morissette is a woman, and she tries to speak, but she can't. She doesn't have a voice. So I thought, why does God have such a normal voice? Why does she sound like us mere humans? She's God. Second of all, why is she showing so much love and compassion towards me when I just called her the devil? And I went back to my Gnostic study group, explained what happened, and the leader of my Gnostic study group said, she only comes down when she absolutely has to, because she does not want to interfere with your chart or interfere with your perfection. But she knew if I did not know that she existed, I would not have survived the trials and tribulations that came after. I have been told that I will see her again, this time in person. I'm still waiting. But I will always be forever grateful and thankful that my mother in heaven took the time to comfort me in such a dark time. For 5 years in a row, I lost the ability to walk and had to learn how to walk all over again. I begged her to come back and to show herself. She never did. And now I think it's because she knows deep down that I believe in her existence and that I don't need anything else to show me that she is with me and that I am safe. If anyone has any other experiences with AZNA, also known as Mother God, please share them or make comments below. If you have any other questions, don't be afraid to ask. Thank you so much for listening. Love and light to you all.